Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 2 of Ramadan Gems. In the previous video, I talked about some of the philosophy of fasting. In this video, very briefly, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why we fast and why it's very, very useful for us to do so. Number 1 is that it assists in submitting our nature to reason. Our nature, our nafs, it's like a wild animal, like a wild horse. Think of a wild horse, if you've ever had an animal. The horse is wild. It's not to be destroyed, it's not to be killed, it's to be mastered. So what you need to do is to gain mastery of yourself. In other words, we are always overwhelmed by our desires, whether that's for food, whether that's sexual desires, whether it's drink, losing our anger, control of our anger, these sort of things. So we need to find a way to gain mastery of the self. And the way we do this is to act in such a way that we discipline ourselves. And fasting allows you to do that. Because when you fast, not just for one day, but an entire month where you're staying away from things and reducing those very things that allow you to get into a position where your desires overwhelm you, fasting stops that, it reduces that, and it gives you the ability to gain mastery of the self, to free yourself. So that's the first reason why we fast. The second one, number 2, is that it helps in preventing the commission of sins. This is why when a person does something wrong, or he breaks a vow, for example, we're told in our deen, our religion, that a person is to offer kaffara, what we call expiation, because he's done something wrong, he feels guilty, and fasting acts as a mechanism to feel weakened, to feel regret and remorse. And so fasting is like a countermeasure to deter us from returning back to that sin again. This is why the mashayikh, the ulama, tell us that when you do something wrong, you should fast as a form of compensation, so that it acts as a deterrent. So that's the second reason why fasting is very, very powerful. The third reason is that fasting acts as a remedy, my friends. And for example, a person may wish to be with a woman, but he finds himself in a situation where he can't be with her, or he can't afford marriage, for example, and he's feeling the subsequent difficulties that might overwhelm him. So as a result, they might need to suppress their desires through fasting. And this is actually in accordance with the saying of the Prophet ﷺ, that fasting is a shield. So these are the 3 reasons why we fast. Number 1 is to assist our reason to overwhelm our nature, our desires. Number 2, it prevents us from engaging in sin. And number 3, fasting acts as a remedy. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about some of the benefits of fasting and why it's really, really important. I'll see you then. If you like what you see, please don't forget to comment, share and like our content with your friends. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The success of our channel is all down to our viewers, people like yourselves. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content that we produce. And if you really want to support us, you can do financially. The link is provided here, and we'd love for you to be on this journey with us of spreading the sacred knowledge and guiding people to the truth of Islam.